Newcastle boss Eddie Howe spoke to talkSPORT following his side's 3-1 defeat at home to Nottingham Forest yesterday lunchtime. What a win that was, by the way, for Forest. It's now their 5th defeat in 6 Premier League matches. He said his side desperately need to turn their form around.
I think, from my side, I need to be very calm and analytical and make sure I view the performances for what they are. And have an understanding of the overall picture, because I think it's very easy to look at just results solely, but I think you have to look a little bit beneath that. I still, of course, hold us all accountable, and me included, players included, and make sure we come back even stronger from this.
If you're a Newcastle fan, are you worried about this? Four out of the last 5 in the Premier League, 6 out of the last 7 in all comps. Their game is coming up. Liverpool away on New Year's Day. Sunderland away in the FA Cup. Wow. City, Villa, Luton, Forest. Massive games coming up for Newcastle. If you're a Newcastle fan, they now sit 8th in the Premier League. Would you be worried?
Worried, I don't know, because I think eventually they'll start to pick up results. I do think they've got good players, but I do think the way that they've gone out the Champions League, they're losing games. I mean, I was there at the game against Forest. I did that game, and Forest were outstanding. Nuno's tactics against Newcastle, it was so obvious how to play against them. They just utilised the pace in Alanga and Hudson-Odoi. Morgan Gibbs-White stood the whole game on Bruno Guimaraes and stopped them playing completely. I wouldn't be worried, but it's one of those where I expect Newcastle to pick up results at some point. Their injury list hasn't helped them, but the way that they're getting beat in games is very unlike with Newcastle, what we've seen for the last 18 months. Like, they're getting the way Forest tore them to pieces, it made them look so wooden. I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. And we spoke about the fixtures they've got coming up as well. That won't help them. And also from an owner's perspective, I really like Eddie Howe. I think he's a good coach. I think what he's done there, they're ahead of schedule. But once these owners who have got a lot of money get a taste of Champions League football, they want it every single season. And if they start sliding away from that, if they crash at the FA Cup and they start sliding away from that top 4, I genuinely think the owners might go, do you know what? A change has to be made. And the reason I say that is because he should have credit in the bank. We thought Steve Cooper would have credit in the bank. Kept him up.
Yeah, but look at the change already at Forest.
Exactly. Got them promoted when they were rock bottom in the Championship. Made them stay up last season. Okay, they're having a bit of a tough time this season, but I thought he'd earned the right to have a little bit longer. They were like, do you know what? Absolutely not. We'll get rid of him, get Nuno in. So far, it looks like it's the right decision. It would be incredibly harsh on Eddie Howe if they did that this season. But I know what the owners are like. When owners have got a lot of money and they smell that Champions League football and they've had a taste of it, they want that every single season.
Newcastle fans, 03717223344. Now listen, it's a quiet time of year anyway, and our switchboard is empty at the moment. So Newcastle fans, if you want to have your say, you'll get through. 03717223344. We'll go to the break on the back of this question. You can answer it, right? The second fixture that they've got, so Liverpool is their next one. That's Jan the 1st. That's away. Massive game in the Prem. Then their next Premier League game is City. Sandwiched between that and the FA Cup third round, they've got Sunderland away, right?
Yeah.
Would Newcastle fans take winning that FA Cup game against Sunderland and losing Liverpool City? Would they take that?
Oh, no, I don't think they would. I know Sunderland's the big derby. I understand that.
Played him for what will be 8 years. 2016 was the last time the two sides met.
I get that, but think about if they lose to Man City and Liverpool. Think about their form in the Premier League. They'll have no form.
Sunderland, Ben. The first game in 8 years. You, of all people, know exactly how big that game is.
I get that, but to be just giving away points in the Premier League, I'm not sure that's a good idea.
But also, if they lose to Sunderland, they're out of the FA Cup. That's the only thing they can chase now.
What do you think? Concede 6 points and then just beat Sunderland in the FA Cup. It was a team in the division below.
A massive game for them.
No, I'd say the points in the Premier League.
Okay.